Welcome back. This time we're talking about Molly's Game, the latest film written by Aaron Sorkin, and this time he's making his directorial debut as well. It tells the true story of Molly Bloom, who was running one of the world's most exclusive underground poker rooms, which eventually made her a target of the FBI. The film stars Jessica Chastain, Idris Elba, Kevin Costner, and Michael Cera, and is frankly one of the best movies of 2017. This is actually the first film I've seen since the new year. This is the first video I've filmed in 2018, but it's just the first of a number of 2017 holdovers that I'll be seeing throughout this month as they expand nationwide and get to a theater that I can actually go see them at. Aaron Sorkin is an amazing writer. He delivers some of the best dialogue you're going to find in any film. The only real issue I have with his writing is that if he's trying to make a point, he tends to wield a sledgehammer, and that doesn't work for me at all. Other people I have heard do have an issue with how his dialogue oftentimes sounds like it's being spoken by people who don't really live in our real world. That doesn't bother me as much because I'm a big fan of well-written dialogue and well-written films, and he tends to deliver both. And he does so again here. He also directs, as I mentioned, and the worry I had going in was that when a writer takes over the director's chair as well, we get the unfiltered version of that writer. Sometimes it works very well, like Synecdoche, New York with Charlie Kaufman. And I was expecting something similar here. I was just worried that the flaws that can sometimes crop up in his scripts would not be polished out. Fortunately, that's not the case. He is a very capable director in this film. There are a lot of Sorkin-type moments, very reminiscent of what we got to see in Moneyball, as well as The Big Short, a film that he was not involved in, but was something that I was thinking about, especially early in the film. The story here is mostly told through a series of flashbacks as Molly Bloom, played by Jessica Chastain, is trying to talk this attorney, played by Idris Elba, into representing her in this upcoming case. And it's through these flashbacks that we get to see how she went from being an Olympic caliber skier and on her way to law school to kind of hitting not necessarily rock bottom, but definitely a low point in her life. And through a series of happenstance, she learns of the world of underground poker. And through her wits and abilities, essentially turns a backroom poker game into a multi-million-dollar business. And as I said at the beginning, this is really one of my favorite films of 2017. The dialogue, of course, is excellent, but Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba deliver that dialogue with two phenomenal performances. Jessica Chastain is amazing in this film, maybe some of her best work I've ever seen. Idris Elba is always good, a little underrated, although he's been getting more projects of late. I see his performance, he was good throughout, but I can see this being one of those performances where there's one scene in particular, sort of like Nicole Kidman's performance in Lion, where there's one scene that gets you the nomination, and he has one of those scenes. I was just left floored. If I were to just narrate that, I don't think I'd have the breath to do it. And he just, boom, in a very, very powerful scene, and it totally works. And as far as the dialogue as a whole, I mean, Molly Bloom is a very intelligent person. We're told that multiple times. Her attorney is a very successful attorney. So them spouting off this Sorkin dialogue does not really feel off to me. It works. I really don't have any complaints about this movie. It kept me riveted. It's a pretty lengthy movie at 2 hours 20 minutes. There could have been a few things that may have been trimmed out, but nothing that really stands out to me. It just totally worked and should definitely rank up there amongst Sorkin's best. So if you're a fan of Sorkin's other films, definitely check this out. If you're a fan of good dialogue and good performances, and if you just like poker, this is a fun movie, and it's a very interesting, true story told really, really well. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to you. If you've seen Molly's Game, what did you think about it? And did you think the dialogue worked for you as far as the Sorkin-esque lines that were delivered? As always, you can subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other reviews, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.